Hello everybody, Jason David Frank, and you're watching Open the Fridge. It's morphin' time! Shaw! Dragon Zord.
You guys are the two loves of Bo's life. How is that love triangle going to progress this season? What do fans have to look forward to with that?
It's going to get broken, rebuilt.
That's right. I don't know.
Made 3D.
Every year I wonder how they're going to kind of evolve that triangle. I wonder if it's going to sort of, if it'll finally kind of veer off into something else. But they seem to find ways to sort of fill it up each season. So, and I think there's a bit more of that this year.
Yeah, right? Definitely. Each of our characters kind of has to go down their own journey at a certain point, Bo looking for the Wanderer, Dyson has his own sort of agenda, and Lauren definitely has some interesting stuff. And, we're actually only in the middle of it, so we don't really know how it's all going to come together.
We don't know everything yet. We just sort of started.
Right now, it's been great. I mean, honestly, we've been saying that this season just feels really amped up. Every episode feels bigger than last year. It's like feels like we're making little movies every time.
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff went down this past season.
It did.
For everyone's characters.
Yes.
Thank you. In addition to what you just said, I mean, how are your individual characters going to move forward? I mean, how is Lauren going to move past what happened at the very end of that season? And Dyson, obviously, you're probably going to be searching for Bo, and you did tell her that you still love her. How is that going to work out?
Well, in the presence of Zoie Palmer, I'd rather not say. I don't want to let her, in on my secret sort of agenda. It's like, what can I tell you? How do I tell this in keeping it generic and not being able to give something away? The show is, it's Lost Girl, right? So we're all, as Bo goes down her journey, we're all
dragged along.
We're all dragged along, and each of our characters kind of has to figure out how to adjust. And this is what's really cool about our show, is that we're all always constantly readjusting and adapting to work with what's happening to Bo, which is great.
And I think, as far as Lauren, she always lives in a little bit of fear, in terms of her place and her position in the Fae world. And I think certainly because of what happened at the end of last season, she's sort of trying to navigate her way through that and figure out if she's going to be able to maintain some sort of relationship with the Fae from here on forward. What that will look like now, Yeah.
You guys have such a fun cast, it seems. You must have such a blast shooting the show.
It's awesome.
We're extremely lucky. I mean, all of us, we're like a family now.
Yeah.
And we worked with a director once who said, I think a lot of the success of the show is because you guys are such good friends, and that chemistry just radiates out through the TV. And I don't know how true it is, but that's how it feels on set.
It sure does. Yeah. We love each other. Yeah. We have a blast. Yeah, we have a good time.
Yeah.
All right. So if you could be a Fae in real life, like one type of Fae, what would you guys be?
I kind of want to be a Succuvex.
Succuvex?
Yeah.
Right.
A Succumesmer. I want to be an amalgamation of those, I think.
And I guess I'll go with Dyson's dream from, what was it, season 3? I'd like to be a griffin, be able to turn into a griffin. Well, I'd like to be able to fly, I like being shapeshifter, that'd be great, but a wolf, if I can get airborne, that would be great.
Yeah.
Something airborne.
So Kenzi got to kick a little butt this season, as in previous seasons.
A lot of butt.
You are one of the most fun characters on this show, I think. Where do you want Kenzi to go for the next season going forward?
I want her to experience things she's never experienced before. I want things to get a little darker for her. I want her to learn and grow and go through growing pains in every respect, because to keep the fans happy and to keep the show entertaining, we all have to grow and we have to experience, tragedy and sorrow and love. So that's what I want for her. And she definitely does that in season 4. There's a lot of unexpected twists and turns and unexpected love and, really kooky things happening as always. But, season 4, we're stepping it up and I'm really excited about it.
Speaking of love, Kenzi and Hale, there seems to be something there that's been hinted at.
Nothing. There is nothing going on. They've had an interesting relationship. They really started from not liking each other at all, and Kenzi constantly being annoyed, with his player ways and his jokes, and they've gone through a lot together, so their bond is incredibly strong, and they're always there for each other, and always have been, and I feel always will be. So it's an interesting dynamic when you're friends with someone for a really long time, and then all of a sudden maybe you see them in a different light. So if that happens for Kenzi, I think it's gonna take her by surprise, and it's not gonna be just an easy thing. There's gonna be a lot of emotions and feelings involved if that happens. I mean, who knows?
As an actress, what really appeals to you the most about playing this character and the fan reaction to this character too?
The fan reaction has been so incredible. When I started the show, my main concern was, oh my God, no one will think that Kenzi is funny. And the fact that people, laugh and smile and want Kenzi to be their best friend, which I hear all the time at Comic-Con, and I'm like, I know, I want her to be my best friend too. It's always very humbling. It's such a joy to play her, so I hope that, that joy that I feel getting to play her, people can feel that when they're watching the show. And I have a lot of favorite things about playing her, but I think the comedy aspect is really great for me. I'd never really gotten to do comedy before Lost Girl. I did it when I was younger, but never to this capacity. So I enjoy it very much, and now I have a deep love of comedy that I never had before. And everything, her look, her how physical I get to be, the stunt work, the relationships, the love, the drama, it's all a blast.
How much of your own style goes into the character? Because Kenzi has a very eclectic look to her and a very fashion-forward look as well. But is it somewhat your look as well, or is it just what the costume designers came up with for the show?
It's always been, we've been lucky, it's always been a very creative, collaborative process, so I think a lot of me goes into her fashion. I myself am a huge lover of fashion, of clothing, of shoes, of images, of looks. I'm always looking to be inspired and take it to the next level, so I think my enthusiasm to always keep stepping it up, I bring that with me, into all our wardrobe meetings and fittings, and, Ann Dixon, who created the look of the show, is an incredibly gifted woman, and this world would not look the way that it does without her. We've always had custom pieces designed and things that no one else can just go and buy at a store, you know what I mean? That's what's given it that special quality. So every wardrobe fitting I go in, and again, it's a collaborative process, and I always want to take everything home with me. My love of high heels, I think, has definitely played a huge role with Kenzi, because she does not wear flats ever. Her stilettos are her slippers. So there's a few staples of me in there, most definitely.